Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, ich darf Sie begrüßen zur Sitzung der Auswahlkommission.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I welcome you at the official meeting of the Selection Commission for the selection of the candidate for the position of the head of ARMA. I'm Wolf Tillmann-Bauer. I'm the oldest member of this commission, so I have the honor to welcome you at the official meeting. And at the beginning, we should adopt the agenda for our today's official meeting. Agenda will be put for voting. And we have the following items on the agenda. Selection of the temporary chair and temporary secretary of the commission. We will have the respective minutes of our official meeting prepared, and I would like to suggest for us to adopt the agenda of our meeting as well. We have to vote for it as well. And we will also briefly introduce ourselves at the beginning of the official meeting so that all the viewers would understand who we are and how we are contributing to this competitive procedure. And then we will talk about other items on the agenda, in particular election of the chair, deputy chair and secretary of the commission. And the last item on our agenda today is adoption of the rules of procedure. And I will ask now all the members of the commission whether they agree with this agenda. Please raise your hands so that I could see if you vote for the agenda. Everything is clear. Thank you. Thank you for this voting. So this way, now we have voted for the agenda. And now we are moving on to the selection of the temporary presiding member of our official meeting, temporary chair. So I'm the oldest member of the commission, and we also have to select the temporary secretary. We have discussed that previously. If we have willing members of the commission, please self-nominate yourself if you want to take this role. I'm ready to be the temporary secretary today.
Alles klar, dann danke ich für die Bereitschaft und
Clear. Thank you. Thank you for your readiness. And now let's vote for this. Who is in favor of Mr. Booth being our temporary secretary? Please raise your hands. Who is in favor of this? Okay, then the decision has been taken. Thank you for your trust. And let's proceed further. Now we have to vote for the rules of procedure. Our commission has already discussed the rules of procedure, and I would like now to move away from the discussion of specific details, and that's why I'm just putting forward to the issue of voting for the rules of procedure. Who is in favor of these rules of procedure? Because during previous preparatory meetings, we've discussed all the details. Let's vote. Who is in favor of the rules of procedure? Please raise your hands. Thank you. Thank you so much for this trust as well again. And now we are proceeding to the introductions. I will move in the alphabetical order, and it means that I will be the first to introduce myself. I'm Wolf Tillmann-Bauer, and I'm 60 years old. I'm the head of the Department on Fight with Financial Crimes in the Wuppertal Public Prosecutor's Office. I'm also responsible for the training part. I also work in the German Academy of Judges, and besides, I also engage in the continuous development of police officers. I teach in Germany for investigators, for employees of bodies that fight corruption. I also go abroad with my training activities. So I gladly work at the international level as well, and I'm happy to cooperate with people. And now I'm passing the floor to Mr. Sergey But so that he would introduce himself. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Hello, colleagues. Hello, everyone. I'm Sergey But. I'm Chief Executive Officer of joint stock company Prozoro Sale, that is the state-owned joint stock company. I have been delegated to the role of the member of the Commission for the selection of the head of ARMA by the government of Ukraine. I have extensive experience of work in the public sector, at enterprises, as well as in the commercial sector as well in Ukraine, in national companies, in international companies. That's why I hope that my experience in the managerial sphere and my understanding of both public businesses processes and commercial business processes will help me to bring value into the process of selection of the head of this very important body in Ukraine. Thank you.
Dann danke ich Herrn But für seine Vorstellung und darf mit Frau Krusian weitermachen.
Thank you so much, Mr. But, for introducing yourself. And now we are moving on to the next member, Madam Krusian. Thank you so much. I'm Angelika Krusian. I'm the Doctor of Legal Sciences, Professor, Honored Lawyer of Ukraine. I have over 30 years of professional experience in the sphere of law. In particular, since 1995, I have been engaged in teaching and academic activities. I have worked in higher legal educational institutions. For about 10 years, I held the position of the head of the Faculty of Constitutional Law in particular. Since 2021, I have worked in the Institute of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, Kuraiski Institute, where I'm the academic secretary of this institute. Since 2019, I have been the member of the Scientific and Advisory Council of the Constitutional Court of Ukraine. Besides, I've taken part in other advisory bodies established by public authorities on issues of development of draft laws and regulations. My academic interests cover issues of constitutional law, municipal law, organization of public governance, contemporary Ukrainian constitutionalism, constitutional legal principles of national security, anti-corruption policy principles of the country, and others. Participation in the selection commission for me is the opportunity to be useful in ensuring objective, professional, transparent selection of the head of ARMA, which plays an important role for effective anti-corruption policy in our country and for the establishment of the principle of the rule of law in Ukraine. Thank you.
Vielen Dank, Frau Krusian.
Thank you so much, Madam Krusian. And now I invite Madam Lukyanets to say a few words. Hello, dear colleagues. Let me introduce myself. I'm Valentina Lukyanets-Shachova. I am the candidate of Legal Sciences, Professor, Chief Research Fellow at the Research Laboratory on State Building and Law Enforcement the Educational and Scientific Institute of Law and Psychology of the National Academy of Internal Affairs. I have over 20 years of academic and teaching experience. Throughout this entire period of time, I have been dedicating my time to the study, research, and teaching of international public law, law of the European Union, and actually the sphere of my academic interests mostly concerns the domain of international standards, law of the European Union, and Throughout my academic and teaching activities, I have also had the honor to hold some administrative positions, including the head of the Center of International Law, the head of the Faculty of International Law and Comparative Legal Sciences. Right now, I work as the Chief Research Fellow. And I have been delegated to be the member of this honored commission by the government of Ukraine. And I'm convinced that my experience, my understanding, and knowledge of international standards will help with the conduct of objective, honest selection of the future head of ARMA. Thank you so much for your attention.
Vielen Dank, Frau Lukanets.
Thank you so much, Madam Lukanets-Shachova. Now, if you allow, I will move on to Madam Ryzhenko. Please introduce yourself. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Wolf. I'm Katarina Ryzhenko. I'm Deputy Executive Director for Legal Affairs at Transparency International Ukraine. That is accredited representative of the global movement, Transparency International, that is dealing with the development and implementation of changes aimed at decreasing corruption levels. I have experience of many years of working in the sphere of international law, international criminal and humanitarian law, and for the past almost 10 years, I have worked primarily on issues regarding prevention and fight against corruption. I have been following the work of ARMA for many years now. That's why the reform that is being implemented right now and the legislation that was adopted in summer, in my opinion, are very important and correct steps for the improvement of efficiency of the work of this institution. And respectively, the competition and the work of the Commission, where I have the honor to be a member, is an important stage of this reform. That's why I hope that we will ensure a sufficient level of transparency and effectiveness in the conduct of this competition, and that we will suggest a worthy candidate for the appointment for the position of the head of ARMA. Thank you.
Vielen Dank, Frau Ryzhenko. Und dann darf ich...
Thank you so much, Madam Ryzhenko. Unfortunately, we cannot hear Mr. Wolf, but I think that he has invited Madam Rita. Madam Rita, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wolf. Good morning to you all. My name is Rita Simões. I am currently working at the Basel Institute on Governance as an asset recovery specialist. My work currently focuses on policy to strengthen asset recovery frameworks and to improve asset recovery outcomes. Previously, I served for more than 20 years as a public prosecutor in Portugal, mainly in investigating complex fraud and corruption cases with strong cross-border and asset recovery components. And I also worked at Eurojust for 4 years, also very focused on asset recovery and anti-corruption. For me, it's a privilege and an honor to join this commission and to contribute to a fair and transparent process. And I hope that my operational and policy experience can contribute to select the candidate best placed to lead ARMA in the coming years and in these challenging times. Thank you. Looking forward.
Vielen Dank, liebe Kolleginnen und Kollegen.
Thank you so much, dear colleagues. And now let's move on to the election of the chair. At first, I suggest to nominate Madam Katarina Ryzhenko for this position. Are there any other candidates who would like to self-nominate themselves for the position of the chair? Or maybe someone wants to nominate someone else for this position, please? Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, if you allow, I would like also to nominate myself as a potential candidate for the position of the chair on behalf of the state. Thank you. If possible, I would like to support the suggestion of Mr. Serhiy as one of the other candidates for this position.
Alles klar. Also,
Okay, understood.
Frau Krusian hat sich gemeldet, bitte.
Madam Angelika, please, you've raised your hand. Yes, I would also like to support the idea of having two candidates for the position of the chair of our commission, including Mr. Serhiy But as well. I support this idea of having two candidates. Thank you.
Gut, gibt es sonst noch Wortmeldungen dazu, wer nominiert werden soll? Wir haben jetzt zwei Kandidaten. Wir haben Frau
Are there
Rutschenko.
any suggestions? And right now we have two candidates for this position, Madam Rozhenko and Mr. But. Would anyone else like to say something before we vote for this? I think no. Other suggestions are there. So let's move on now to voting. This way, I will name candidates in the alphabetical order, and then we will vote. And we will see how many votes each of the candidates will get. So, in the alphabetical order, that will be Serhiy But.
Herr But, Sie sind der Nächste, der abstimmen kann.
Let's vote for Madam Rozhenko first. I suggest to vote for Madam Rozhenko first. And Mr. But will be the next one. Let's vote for Madam Rozhenko, who is in favor of her.
Okay, ich hoffe, ich habe das mit der Übersetzung jetzt alles mitbekommen, dass Herr But auch schon...
I hope that everyone heard the interpretation, right? And Mr. But, I hope he has voted as well. Do you want to say something? Yes, please. No, I'm voting for the candidate.
Herr But, Sie haben aber schon abgestimmt.
So, you've voted for her, right? Everything is clear now.
Ja, okay.
Okay.
Dann darf ich nach Herrn But als nächsten aufrufen, Frau Krusian, Ihre Stimme abzugeben, bitte.
Now, Madam Krusian, please vote for Mr. But. Madam Krusian, are you voting for or against Mr. But? I'm in favor of Mr. But.
Gut, dann als nächste bitte Frau Lukanet.
Okay, Madam Lukianets, what's your vote? For whom? I vote for Mr. But.
Das habe ich jetzt in der Übersetzung leider nicht so schnell gehört. Für wen hat die Dame abgestimmt?
Unfortunately, I have not heard the interpretation. For whom are you voting? Can you please repeat? Mr. Chair, I'm voting for Serhiy But as the chair.
Okay. Vielen Dank. Dann habe ich das jetzt auch
Thank you
gehört.
so much.
Dann darf ich,
Now I've heard it. And now, Madam Rozhenko, please vote. For whom are you voting? Mr. Wolf, since I have been nominated, so I'm abstaining from voting for the position of the chair. Thank you.
Da ich hier immer zwischen den Kanälen switchen muss, ist das leider nicht so einfach, das alles mitzuhören. Ich würde bitten, dass Sie mir nochmal sagen.
So it's happening a bit slow because I have to switch between channels. Can you please repeat again? For whom are you voting? Mr. Wolf, I'm abstaining from voting because I have been nominated as one of the candidates for this position.
Okay. Dann Frau Simoes, bitte, Ihre Stimme.
Madam Shimosh, please, your vote.
I would like to say that I support Mr. Sergey.
Gut, dann ist es beschlossen, wenn ich das hier richtig mitgezählt habe, dann ist Herr
Okay,
Sergey
then,
gut als
clear.
Chair gewählt
If
worden.
I have counted everything correctly, then Mr. Booth has been elected as the chair of our commission, and my sincere congratulations to him for holding this position. And now I'm passing the floor to him. And then I will stop presiding over this official meeting. And thank you for your attention. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. Thank you, colleagues, for your trust. Then, pursuant to results of voting, now I'm taking the duty of presiding over this meeting. The next step that we have to do is election of the deputy chair of the commission. So accordingly, since again, we have at least one candidate for the position of the deputy chair, right, as represented by Madam Rozhenko, then I would suggest her as the deputy chair of our commission. So then I will ask each of you to express your positions about possible candidates. Please, Mr. Wolf, the floor is yours.
Das Mikrofon war nicht an, Entschuldigung. Ich stimme mit Herrn Booth überein.
I'm sorry, my mic was muted. I agree with Mr. Booth, and I also vote for Madam Rozhenko, and I suggest her to appoint as a deputy chair. Good. Then, Madam Angelika, over to you. I also agree candidacy of Madam Katerina. Thank you. Madam Valentina. Thank you, Mr. Sergey. I fully support the candidacy of Madam Katerina as the deputy chair of our commission. I think that you will be a very good working pair because our working meetings showed high level of professionalism regarding those questions that we have already discussed there. So I will vote for Madam Katerina. Thank you. Madam Rita, over to you.
I also vote for Madam Rozhenko as deputy chair. Thank you.
Дякую.
Thank you.
Тоді
Then
це можна вважати
we shall consider this as unanimous decision. So if there are no objections, we are not going to have such a formal voting for it because everyone has expressed their opinions and the choice is clear. Then I suggest to put this decision into the minutes as an agreed decision for appointing Madam Katerina Rozhenko as the deputy chair of the commission. Okay, then the decision is made. Thank you to everyone. Then the next point of our agenda for today is to select the secretary of the commission. And here, again, From my side, I will allow to raise the initiative, and I would like to suggest Madam Angelika Krusan for the position. I kindly ask each respected commission member to express their opinion regarding any possible other nominations. Mr. Wolf, please, over to you.
Vielen Dank. Ich stimme mit Ihrem Vorschlag überein und
Thank you so much. I agree with your proposal. And I also support the proposal to appoint Madam Krusan as the secretary. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. And Madam Angelika, you also have a right and opportunity to suggest your proposals from your side. So if my colleagues for it and would vote for me, I will perform these duties with due diligence. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Angelika, for your position and for your readiness. Then I kindly ask Madam Valentina to express her position and opinion. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I completely support the candidacy of Angelika Romanivna, because again, our working meetings, our work has already proven the high level of attention, understanding, and putting on paper all those issues that we are discussing. So I think this experience of academic secretary is so important in our activities. It will help Angelika Romanivna to perform such important function as the secretary of our commission. And of course, there are huge expectations on this position and a high public demand for it. So I would support this position and this nomination. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Valentina. I kindly ask Madam Katerina to express her opinion. Thank you. I'm definitely for this nomination. I will be happy to vote for Madam Angelika. I think that she will definitely manage to handle this role in the Commission. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Katerina. Then, Madam Rita, over to you for your opinion.
Thank you. I also support the nomination of Madam Angelika for the role of secretary and will be happy to vote for it. Thanks.
Так, колеги, дуже дякую
And dear
за
colleagues, thank you
вашу позицію.
for your positions, your opinions.
Оскільки ми бачимо одноголосність
As
по кандидатах,
we see
власне, у нас є
unanimous
кандидат.
decision on our candidate.
Я
We
пропоную
have only one
затвердити.
candidate, so I suggest
Зараз
to
я попрошу буквально хвилинку
make a decision to
пана
approve it. Sorry, we will give a floor, we will give an opportunity for Mr. Wolf to be back to us, not to repeat ourselves. So let's make a short pause for him to return.
Так, колеги, ми повертаємось до дискусії.
Dear colleagues, we are back to our discussion.
Так, всі з нами, всіх бачу.
Everyone is with us. I can see everyone.
Тоді я пропоную зафіксувати наше
Then
рішення
I
щодо
suggest
вибору секретаря.
to document our decision on the selection of the secretary. And Madam Angelika Krosyan is selected as the secretary. There are no objections regarding this candidacy. Then, dear commission members, if you don't mind, then let's document this decision to select Madam Angelika Krosyan as the secretary of the commission.
Дякую.
Thank you.
Будь ласка, пане.
Yes, Mr. Wolf, please, over to you.
Ich habe gerade den Hinweis bekommen, dass der Chair von mindestens 2 internationalen Experten
I
gewählt
have
sei.
just received notification that the chair shall be selected at least by 2 international members. And I voted for Madam Rozhenko. Now, I need, unfortunately, to ask a question to Madam Rozhenko, whether she abstained from voting or did she give her vote for anyone? Because if not, we need to repeat our voting. I'm so sorry for that, but I didn't know about this situation.
Пане Вульфе, оскільки,
Mr. Wolf,
оскільки дійсно це вкрай
as
важлива
indeed
процедура,
that's an extremely important procedure, and thank you so much for, so to say, that you remember about this important issue. Do not ignore it. So, if you allow, if all commission members allow, and in order to ensure the maximum level of transparency and fulfilling of all rules and regulations, I would indeed suggest, in order to avoid any possible differences in interpretation of the process, let's revote again in order to document each vote and in order to have clear results of the voting and understanding whether all rules and regulations are fulfilled. Thank you. Madam Katerina, please, over to you. Mr. Sergey, I just wanted to say, before we return to voting for the chair, deputy chair, I just wanted to say that so if I got it right, that what we have mentioned regarding our first voting, that maybe we need to think and maybe change our votes, because we need two votes from international partners for any of the candidacies. It means that at the first round of voting, we had 2 voices for different candidates, and I abstained from voting. I just wanted to make the process understandable and to explain my decision. So even now are going to repeat voting. I'm going to vote for one or another candidacy in order to avoid any possible problems with such voting and to have clear understanding with international partners. Actually, I agree with the proposal with Madam Katerina. If there are any other proposals, so as I have nominated myself, and for this route of voting, I will also abstain from voting in order to eliminate any possible issues related to potential disproportion of votes. I hope that it will be a correct step to make. If commission members agree, so Mr. Wolf, I return the floor back to you in order to repeat the voting.
Vielen Dank. Ich darf zunächst allen Beteiligten Beobachtungen aussprechen, wie sie damit umgehen.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I wanted to say thank you to all Commission members who for this proposal. Let's vote right now. Mr. Wolf, Madam Rita has your hand raised. Maybe before we repeat voting, let's give the floor to her.
Mr. Wolf, I would just like to ask for a clarification. So we are voting the two candidates, correct?
Ist sehr gut und Frau Katharina Rytschenko für das und die
Yes,
Abstimmung.
we vote for Mr. Sergei But and for another candidate, Madam Katerina Ryzhenko. So now we are going to have one more round of this voting. So first, everyone votes for one candidate, for or against, and then we will repeat the same procedure for Madam Ryzhenko. Unfortunately, we can't hear Mr. Wolf right now. His internet connection is so bad. It's disrupting. So now, we are going also to take into consideration that Mr. But expressed his wish to abstain from voting in this round. I'm sorry, Mr. Wolf. So, shall we go in alphabetical order? And then we will put for voting for the position of the chair one candidacy, and then we'll put for voting another candidacy.
Also es braucht ja nur einen Wahldurchgang und da Sie ohnehin namentlich abstimmen, man braucht nur einen Wahlgang, nur wo Sie den Namen Ihres Kandidaten nennen.
We need to vote one by one. I'm just asking all Commission members who they're going to vote for, and then I hope we'll receive a clear majority voting for this or that candidate. So let's start our voting procedure. Let's vote both for Mr. But, for Madam Ryzhenko. Mr. But, of course, he can decide who he wants to vote for. Thank you. Thank you. I'm abstaining from voting. I support Mr. Sergei But. I vote for Mr. Sergei But. Mr. Wolf, my vote is the same. I vote for Mr. Sergei But, as I have already done in the first round. Mr. Wolf, in order to avoid a situation where we don't have to vote from representatives of international partners, I support my nomination, my candidacy. Thank you.
Dear colleagues, I would like to say that I think that both candidates are fit and absolutely adequate for the role. Here, I would also like to say that in order to avoid any deadlock in this vote, that I would like to change my vote also to support Ms. Rushenko. Thank you.
Dann haben wir jetzt ein Ergebnis mit
Then we have already results. Unfortunately, we can't hear Mr. Wolf.
ihr das Wort auch übergeben.
Mr. Wolf, unfortunately, interpreters can't hear you. Please repeat again what you have just said.
Das Ergebnis der Abstimmung liegt jetzt vor. Die Internetverbindung etwas schlecht. Ich
So
höre Sie
now
auch.
we have results of our voting.
Die Abstimmung hat jetzt das Ergebnis ergeben mit 3:2 Stimmen.
I also can't hear everyone very well. So the voting has its results. Our voices, well, our votes were divided, 3, 2, and 1 is abstaining. Now we have received a majority of votes for Mr. Booth. Thank you so much.
Пане Вульфе, дозвольте, наскільки я
Mr. Wolf, if I may,
пані Катерина,
Madam
пані
Katerina,
Рита,
Madam
ви
Rita,
голосували
and
за
you
пані Катерину.
voted for Madam Katerina,
Напевно, щось було
or something was.
акустично
So, you know, there were some
непорозуміння,
acoustic non-clear.
колеги,
So, dear colleagues, please devise. So, if I may, no, I have heard that Mr. Wolf suggested Madam Katerina as a candidate, but I didn't hear him voting for Madam Katerina. So, if he also voted for Madam Katerina, then yes, we have changing of votes. So, I would kindly ask Mr. Wolf to clearly say and express his position for better understanding of all of us, not only regarding whom he proposes as a candidate, but also who he votes for. Thank you.
Ich hatte gehofft, dass das von der Technik klar übertragen worden ist. Ich habe für Frau Katharina Tschutschenko gestimmt.
So I have heard that we have technical problems, but I voted for Madam Katerina Rezhenko, and in such a way, we have now the following division of votes. We have 3 votes and 2 votes, and 1 is abstaining. So we now have the following decision that a majority of votes are for Madam Rezhenko, and now I would like to give a floor to her. I'm very sorry, but according to Article 5, Clause 6 of the law of Ukraine on ARMA, and I'm quoting right now, that the decision of the Competition Commission is made at the session of the Commission. The decision is shall be made if not less than 4 members of the Commission vote for it, including 2 Commission members appointed by the government of Ukraine based on nominations of the development partners. So, unfortunately, to my opinion, situation is the following. We cannot consider that this voting is indeed deciding upon appointment of the chair of the commission, because anyway, we don't have 4 votes for any of the candidates for the position of the chair, and correspondingly to my opinion, my proposal to the commission members is the following, that we shall have one more round of voting. If any commission member is ready to change their position regarding appointment of the chair of the commission. So we shall do it at least now, or at least discuss any options, other options. What shall we do with the voting for the position of the chair of the commission? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Katerina, for this information. You know, as one of the finalists, so to say, I will allow myself to comment upon it. Indeed, dear colleagues, I interpret this situation as indeed the first sign of the highest level of transparency of activities of our commission. And indeed, we don't have any pre-ready decisions. So even in such important issue, we have such a live discussion. And indeed, it only underlines that all of us here gathering at this session, we have our own personal opinions, and that's what, first of all, I congratulate all of us, and I would like to highlight this issue. So if there is any need to have a third round of voting, I'm ready. But again, as I have nominated myself, I would kindly ask to give me a floor to vote as the last commission member, as last one. So I'm comfortable to abstain from voting, but if we have such a complicated situation, I'm ready to vote till we solve this issue. So thank you so much to everyone for such a live and maybe somewhere, contradictory discussion. So I suggest to wait for Mr. Wolf to return back to us.
Es tut mir leid, ich bin gerade darauf hingewiesen worden, dass mein Mikrofon anscheinend nicht gut überträgt. Das tut mir leid. Konnte aber deswegen leider nicht hören.
I was told that unfortunately my mic didn't work properly. It's so sad. And now, unfortunately, I didn't hear what Madam Ryzhenko was telling us. So I kindly need to say one more time that, of course, we can have one more round of voting. It's not a problem at all. And I need also to suggest to think about an opportunity to select the candidate which suits the best such role. That's my proposal. I'm not sure that Mr. Wolf can see my hands. That's why, dear colleagues, I hope you don't mind that I have a floor without giving me a floor, so to say. I think that we are, as the Commission, we shall choose between 2 key potential scenarios. So the first option, so to say, you can repeat voting one more time if any one of us is ready to change their vote, or for making decision, we have 24 hours anyway. So if we understand that now we are not ready to change our vote and we need some time for it. So if within 24 hours the decision is not made, according to the law of Ukraine on ARMA, the procedure of making this decision is a little bit changed. So maybe, as of now, as a commission member, I would suggest to discuss these two options, whether we are ready to repeat voting right now, or we would postpone it. We would postpone making a decision at least within these 24 hours, taking this time to think on that matter and then return back to this matter. So, dear colleagues, if you have any ideas, please express them. I'm ready at least to have one more attempt for voting. Now. Thank you. Dear colleagues, I am also ready right now to vote again. For me, everything is clear. For me, my position on this matter is clear. Thank you. I am also ready to vote again right now, and if a decision is not made again, then let's give us 24 hours, as Madam Katerina has mentioned, for our considerations and reflections. Thank you.
I also agree that, that we should take another round of votes, and after that, await for 24 hours. And then, of course, if there is no decision today, we would have to leave the choice of the deputy chair and the secretary to another session, I would say. Thank you.
Якщо є така можливість, я би
So,
попросила,
if there is such an opportunity, I would kindly suggest
щоб я, як
I would kindly suggest for me, as one of the representatives from the international partners, I would vote the last one after Madam Rita, and if we don't have enough votes from international partners for one or another candidate, then I will give my vote also, and then I will not abstain from voting. If there is an opportunity, of course, to do like this, to give me a floor, the last one, for voting.
Ich habe kein Bedenken dagegen, dass die Reihenfolge der Stimmabgabe geändert wird. Das ist natürlich möglich. Genauso möglich ist es für jeden von uns.
Don't have anything against changing the order of us for voting, so to give votes in a different order. Of course, it's possible. So, of course, we are going to vote in such a way for us to give our vote for the most suitable candidate. So now we shall announce the third round of voting, and I would be very happy if we can get the majority of votes which is required for a decision to be made. So, I want, as the current chair, I want to say that the decision, so I don't want to influence on votes of any commission members. I fully agree with what you say. And then, first, I would like to give a floor to Mr. But and then to Madam Ryzhenko, if they want to say anything else before we start the third round of voting. I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Frau Ryzhenko, möchten Sie noch etwas sagen, bevor es in die dritte Abstimmungsrunde geht?
Madam Rezhenko, would you like to add anything before we start third round of voting? No, thank you. I have nothing to add.
Gut, dann darf ich zur dritten Abstimmungsrunde schreiten.
Then I announce the third round of voting. I announce it we started, and I vote for Madam Rezhenko. Although, of course, I think that both candidates are perfect and ideally suit this function of the chair of the commission. But I vote for Madam Rezhenko. Then, who you're voting for? Mr. Booth. So I would like to kindly ask you, Mr. Wolf, because earlier I asked to give me a floor the last one because I'm self-nominating myself. So if I may, I would like to give a floor to other commission members for voting, and I will vote at the end.
Das ist kein Problem. Wenn wir Frau Rutschenko die Möglichkeit geben, am Ende abzustimmen, dann Ihnen selbstverständlich auch.
Not a problem.
Und dann würde ich sagen, wählen jetzt erstmal die anderen Kommissionsmitglieder und am Schluss die beiden Kandidaten.
Then,
Von daher, Frau Rusian.
so Madam Rezhenko will be the last one to vote, and we will give you also, Mr. Booth, one of the last words to vote. Madam Krusyan, please, over to you. Who we are voting for? Thank you. I also think that our candidates are both decent to be appointed the chair of the commission, but with all my respect to Madam Katerina, my decision is not changed, and I vote for Mr. Booth.
Vielen Dank, Frau Krosian. Dann darf ich Frau Lukanitz für ihre Stimmabgabe bitten.
Thank you, Madam Krusyan. Now I give a floor to Mr. Lukanitz. Thank you. Thank you, dear Chair. As indeed the practice shows, both candidates are more than decent to be appointed for the position of the chair of the commission, but the decision shall be made, the selection shall be made. I maintain my previous position, and that's why I vote for Mr. Sergei Booth. Thank you.
Dann darf ich Frau Simresch bitten, ihre Stimme abzugeben, damit am Schluss unsere beiden Kandidaten.
Now I kindly ask Madam Shemesh to vote, and then we'll give floor to all to other commission members. Thank you.
Thank you. I reiterate what I said previously. I also think that both candidates are perfect for the position. And I also reiterate my considerations for the previous voting. So I maintain my vote towards Madame Rezhenko. Thank you.
Dann sind noch die Kandidaten genau abstimmen dürfen, alle anderen auch. Ich darf Ihnen sagen, wir sind im Moment bei einer absoluten Stimmengleichheit.
So now our nominees shall also vote as all other commission members. Now we have the division of votes, equal division of votes, and the votes of two other commission members will be decisive ones. So the first, Mr. Booth, please to vote, and the last one will be Madam Rezhenko to vote. Thank you, Mr. Wolf. I will vote for Madam Rezhenko in such situation.
Vielen Dank, Herr Wood. Dann darf ich zum Schluss Frau Rutschenko zur
Thank you so
Stimmabgabe.
much, Mr. Sergei. And now, at the end, I kindly ask Madam Rozhenko to vote. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Booth, for this respect, for this trust, for changing your vote. I'm sorry, I will not use this opportunity to change and actually take into consideration that we need to have 4 votes in any situation. And as Mr. Booth, I will also support my candidacy. Thank you.
Das ist gerade vom Ton her bei mir leider nicht übertragen worden, wie die Kollegin abgestimmt hat.
Unfortunately, now I didn't hear how Madam Rozhenko voted.
Können Sie mir bitte noch mal sagen, wie Sie abgestimmt haben?
So please repeat again, because my internet connection failed. I didn't hear. So, Mr. Wolf, I vote for my candidacy, for myself.
Okay. Hier zu 2 Mehrheit, also die Einschränkung darf nicht allen teilnehmenden Kollegen der Kommission hier bedanken für die Mitarbeit in dieser schwierigen Abstimmung, insbesondere auch bei Herrn Booth.
Now, I would like to say thank you to all colleagues from this commission who participated in this so challenging voting. Thank you for cooperation. Thank you to Mr. Booth. Thank you to Madam Rozhenko. And now, Madam Rozhenko has received 4 votes. Now you are appointed as the chair of the commission. Thank you. All my greetings.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wolf, and thank you, colleagues, for this opportunity. Frankly speaking, probably that's the most open voting that I ever remember among any competitive procedures, because I've never recalled such a lively discussion in the live broadcast. And I hope that for viewers and journalists and candidates interested in applying for this position, it will only show that the Commission is indeed open and does not work according to some scenarios planned in advance, and that we take decisions during the live broadcast. And this way, everyone can watch and understand what to expect from our work. Before we move on further, I see that Mr. Serhiy has his raised hand. Please, Mr. Serhiy. Yes, thank you, Madam Katerina. I would like to add, on behalf of the person who almost became the chair, first of all, I'm ready to, I would like to express my readiness to nominate myself for the position of the deputy chair of the Commission. From my side, I absolutely accept the position of the Commission. I fully understand votes, and I believe that indeed at this stage, for us it is very important not to get stuck in some personalities, but to swiftly close and address organizational issues, because we all understand that this competition is urgent for our country, and among other things we have this also public demand to speed up. Let's be frank, this is how it is. So I believe that in any case, we as Commission members have to abandon our personal ambitions, and we have to prioritize these collective things and primarily take care of the interests of the state. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, colleagues, for your trust. And I'm ready to get involved further in all the processes and procedures and take active part. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Serhiy. I fully agree with you. I fully agree with every word. And I'm really happy that you've announced your readiness to nominate yourself for the position of the deputy chair of our commission, because that was one of my suggestions, actually. But I see that Madam Rita has her hand raised. Madam Rita, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rushenko. First of all, congratulations on the election. I would also like to congratulate the two candidates for their responsible approach to this voting. I think that this voting shows that we are interested mostly in making this procedure go further. I would especially like to congratulate Mr. Serhiy for his approach to this final voting. I think this really shows your commitment towards this process. So I am ready to support Mr. Serhiy as deputy chair. Thank you.
Дякую, пані Ріто, за вашу
Thank you,
позицію.
Madam Rita, for your position, but let's have as transparent and clear voting as possible. Let's be one by one, if you don't mind. We have one candidate for the position of the deputy chair, that is Mr. Serhiy But. I will ask for openness of the process. Maybe we have some other willing candidates. Would anyone like to nominate themselves or someone else for the position of the deputy chair? I think there are no hands. If you don't mind, I will accept that we have the candidacy of Mr. Serhiy But for the position of the deputy chair of the commission. I suggest to vote now, one by one. I will call upon you in alphabetical order, as Mr. Wolf has started today, and I will ask you to vote for, against, or abstain. Mr. Wolf, you will be the first. Do you support the candidacy of Mr. Serhiy for the position of the deputy chair?
Ja, selbstverständlich. Ich habe volles Vertrauen zu Herrn But und wähle ihn hiermit.
Yes, of course. Mr. But has my full support and trust, and I vote for him with pleasure. Thank you so much, Mr. Wolf. In alphabetical order, the next is Mr. Serhiy to vote. I think here that's no point. Yes, I vote for myself. Yes, I vote for my candidacy. Thank you. Thank you. The next one is Madam Angelica. Thank you. I vote for Mr. Serhiy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Valentina. Thank you, Madam Chair. Yes, I vote for Mr. Serhiy. Thank you for your vote as well. Then I also vote for Mr. Serhiy. So I vote for as well. Madam Rita, you've already voted, but please, just formality.
Mr. Serhiy, thank you for giving me the floor again.
Thank you so much, Madam Rita. So we have unanimous decision in support of Mr. Serhiy. And Mr. Serhiy, thank you for participation overall in the selection of the chair and deputy chair. And I'm really happy that you have a desire and inspiration to be the deputy chair. I hope that we will be able to live up to the expectations at these positions. Thank you. I would suggest then to colleagues, given the situation with the election of the chair and deputy chair of the commission, we also had voting for the secretary. We've elected Madam Angelica unanimously. Do we have to repeat this voting? Probably we can for the clarity of the process, but given that we had only one candidate supported by everyone unanimously, maybe you have some ideas regarding that. If there are no objections, then I suggest to keep our previous decision in force, where we unanimously supported Madam Angelika for this position of the Secretary of the Commission. Great then. Then basically, we've exhausted all the main items from our agenda for today. We've voted for the rules of procedure. I would like to remind to everyone, we've voted for the chair, deputy chair, and secretary of the commission. And that was the main plan, the main agenda for our today's official meeting. Just a few words as the chair of the commission. The commission has been actively working during working meetings. Right now, we are actively working on the methodology for evaluation of candidates so that we could announce the competition and collection of documents of the candidates as soon as possible. We are fully aware what is expected from us, so that it is expected that we will all work not only efficiently and openly, but also swiftly. And that's why in the near future, we hope that we will have the methodology, and then we will be able to discuss and vote for the methodology as well. But at this stage, the agenda of our today's official meeting has been exhausted. I will only ask my colleagues whether you have any other items that you would like to discuss before we close our today's official meeting. No items to discuss. Okay, thank you, Mr. Serhiy. And other colleagues are also saying that they have no other questions to discuss. I will only remind, probably for our viewers, that all the official meetings of the Commission are open according to the law. We have video, audio recording and broadcast of our official meetings. You can find them in YouTube. You can also find that at resources of the Cabinet of Ministers. You can find announcements that we shall publish not later than 24 hours before the official meeting according to the law. So if you are following this process, please join our official meetings, watch us. We will be happy to discuss the next steps of our work at all of our official meetings. Besides, we have social media pages where we inform about all the steps and decisions adopted by the Commission, and we also inform about the plan of our actions. Now I suggest to close our official meeting. Thank you everyone for participation today, and thank you so much for your votes regarding all the representatives of the leadership of the Commission, and till our next official meeting, and have a good day, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye, thank you.
Thank you.